Well, I have no idea how I'm going to beat that last video. Bit of fun, wasn't it? Chunky bass, PB Plaice, no, try that again. PB Thornback, £11 5-ounce Plaice would have been nice. And a codling for Liam. Where did he find that? What a bonus. So that was a lot of fun. Last session, a lot of fun. Much simpler this time. The clocks have sprung forward, and we are now able to fish a little bit of extra daylight. I wanted to get down here far earlier than I actually have managed to get down there, but I've still got a little bit of daylight to play with. So I'm just going to have a play with some Plaice. I've got a rod set up ready to go. There's been a few golden greys around. Haven't seen any yet, but they've been shoaling up on the surface, doing jumping and all sorts. So if you're down here in the next few weeks and you see golden greys about, or if you see fish jumping on the surface, I'm not sure what they are, chances are could well be golden grey mullet. One of my friends, Riley Plaice, one of our England junior legends, caught this beautiful golden grey on Saturday night, so 3 nights ago. Something like that. Well done to him. So yeah, it gave me a little bit of excitement that. So I thought I'd bring a rod down for a golden grey as well. Plaice fishing, Southbourne, so simple. It really is so simple. I'm just fishing a 2-up, 1-down flapper. I've actually got some 3-footers on the go here. You can fish 2-footers. You don't need to worry too much if they're 2s or 3s. It's not going to make much difference. It's dead flat. You might be able to hear a little bit of a tidal action going on, but it's just turning over right in the edge at the state of tide. It is absolutely flat as a pancake out there, so long rigs aren't going to tangle up today. I've got size 4 Aberdeens on today. You can go with size 4s, you can go size 2s, go size 1s. Plaice are one of those fish that they're going to wolf down and swallow a bait regardless of what size hook it's on, really. Not that technical. The key, I think, to Plaice fishing here is where you put your bait. That's probably the same for any venue or any species, really. I was down here, well, when I got down here, there was a little bit more light in the sky than there is now, and I could just see it sort of like, it drops off just in the edge here, and then there's a shallowish, sort of sandy patch of sea just off the ends of the groins, and then the nice dark strip. So what I'm looking for is sort of different coloured bits of water. Now the darker bit is a deeper channel. That's a sort of the gully in between those sandbars. So that's where I'm flopping me baits. There is obviously then the further out sandbar, which I've got a bar rig, which I'm going to whack out further as well. So I'm going to have one whacked out as far as I possibly can, and one, it's about, I would say, 70-ish yards. So a nice, comfortable sort of overhead lob. I've got a 4-ounce pyramid. I've gone with a white one today. A little bit of visual attraction there. 2-up, 1-down, flapper, really simple. 60, 70 yards. Just flop it out there, see what it's about. Just had a nice pull down, drop back on the distance rod. Didn't catch it on camera, sorry. Could be a fish. Nice to fish plain leads for a change. There's so much ray fishing recently. Big old heavy grip leads. Nice to go a little bit lighter. I'll put my lights on at the minute. It's probably a little bit dark on the video, isn't it? But it's a lovely, lovely time of day. This is kind of the witching hour, isn't it? Last light, just losing a bit of light. Boom, boom, boom. There she is, on the Bagnall Bar at range. Lovely place. Seems to be a slightly better stamp of fish this year so far. I know it's not a huge fish, but And the last few years have been those tiny, tiny little micro things, so very happy with that. Nice start to the session. Oh dear. That's not a place. Have a nice little pull down, this time on the inside rod. Nice bit of weight on there. So this one, like I say, is sort of 70-ish yards out, just with the worms. Yes. Place number 2. 2 and 2. Happy days. Good start. Again, no monster, but it's a place. What I like about place fishing this time of year is it's light. Now I mean by that, it's, you wouldn't think so right now obviously, but the day is lighter, the day is longer, lighter evenings, but also just lighter setup, you know, lighter leads, lighter lines, smaller hooks, just worm baits, that sort of thing. I find the winter to be so long. Months and months and months of just catching whiting, the odd dog, the odd ray, blah, blah, blah. I mean, to be fair, the winter actually has been pretty good down here, you know, plenty of rays, but it's just that place season starts, the change. And it's just exciting. It's just nice to catch something different, especially if you can get out here in a bit of daylight. It is really enjoyable. He says, stood out here, quite clearly not in daylight. Yeah, I wish I'd got down a little bit earlier. I think I'm done now. I keep thinking that one moved. Did that one move? Am I dreaming? Nope, dreaming. What was I saying? Can't remember. Lost the plot altogether. Anyway, okay, place fishing. I enjoy it. That's the end of it. Oh yeah, I was going to say, I wish I'd got down here earlier. I mean, I had two place in my first 2 casts. 1 in, 1 out. So I'm not going to learn anything from that other than the fact there's place in, there's place out. There's place everywhere down here. Southbourne is a good beach for place if you can locate the areas where they're feeding. Brucey bonus sole. Ooh, very lightly hooked Brucey bonus sole. There we go. So I've had 4 casts, I've had 2 place, 1 tiny pin whiting, and a sole. They are the flippiest, floppiest things in the world, aren't they? Normally these things swallow the hooks right down, that is right in the lips. How not to handle fish. There we go. 2 place, 1 sole, 1 whiting so far. Lovely evening. Quite glad I came out now. Quite glad I brought the cameras. Didn't know how I was going to follow up that ray bass coddling video. So I just thought, change of tack. Let's just have a scratch around, see what's about. And so far, so good. You can give the Plaice some food. A lot of people go far too small on the baits, I think, for Plaice. They come in shore this time of year because they're hungry. Now I've got these blow lug, which are brilliant bait, and some ragworm, which are equally as good. But these particular blows are relatively small, so I am doubling up on them. So 2 blows on my needle, up and round. There we go. Hook number 1. Deliberately picked out a load of small rag, actually. Having said you can give them some food, because I was quite keen on seeing if I could find one of those golden greys, but I didn't. I only had about half an hour on it. I didn't see any jumping, didn't see any moving around, so I'm going to double up on these as well. Up and over. There we go. And on the bottom one, what should I do on the bottom one? I know what I'm going to do. A single blow, snip the tail, put it on, tipped off with a bit of black, I think. Got some week old blacks. So these getting nice and sticky, but they get that really sweet smell. They're not really weird, I'm just smelling my week old smelly worms. But I think they get that kind of sweet smell to them. And when they're like that, they're a brilliant bait. What I will do though is just whip it on a little bit. Again, I'm going to stick a whole one on. Normally I just stick an inch or so on and just whip it up, but let's give the fishy some food. Usual thing, 2-prong bait tool, latex elastic. Smunch that black down and just give it just a light whipping. That'll do. Just holds it together. Always make sure there's plenty of hook sticking out. Look at that. Bit of blow tipped off with a bit of black. Not the best bit of bait presentation I've ever done, but there we go. Check it out. Back out to the same marks. I've had a Plaice and a sole at that 70-ish yard mark. All in the same rig. 2 up, 1 down, 3 foots, 4 ounce, white pyramid, shorecast. These glow in the dark as well, actually. So as we're going into darkness, especially for things like sole, love a bit of glow on my rigs. So that's always a bonus. More success. So on that 3 flappy you saw me bait up just now, chucked it out. Usual thing, 70-80 yards. Top hook, another whiting. It's a whiting. Not a lot I can say about that really. That one took the blow lug tip with a bit of black. Oh, massive, no small. Right, on the bottom hook though, on the straight blow lug. Now, those of you eagle-eyed will notice that that is not a Plaice, that is a flounder. What a beautiful thing. I'm really pleased to catch that. We don't get many flounders anymore, so happy with that. So I've had 2 Plaice, 1 sole, 1 flounder. All sizable fish as well. And 2 small whiting. What a session. I caught a proper fish at last. Woo woo. Yes. They're pouting. The finest fish that swims. It's not my PB. Might look like it, but it's not, sadly. But it is a pouting. About time we had a proper fish tonight. Messing around with all these silly Plaice and sole and things. That's where the action is. Just a short little session tonight. It's 10 to 9. No, it's not. It's 10 to 10. I'll learn to read the time one day. But yeah, just a short little session. Come down, use a few worms, simple flapper rigs, flop it out 70 yards with me. With lighter rods, lighter rigs, lighter leads, everything. I really, really enjoyed it. I had 3 different species of flatfish, which was a real bonus. I expected the Plaice. The sole was a nice bonus, but not unusual. But the flounder was a real turn up. I know it's not. I know it's a flounder. You guys are probably thinking, why are you getting all excited about a flounder? But we don't get many of them round here no more, which is a shame. So I'm really pleased to see that. I was half hoping for a dab as well, and maybe a turbot and a brill and a halibut. No, I'm going to say stupid now, aren't I? Yeah, thoroughly enjoyable session, just a short one. Didn't want to labour it too much. I might try and get out next week on the mullet. Whether I have a look in the harbour, have a little spin for some thins, or whether I come down here if those golden greys hang around. Really excited about those. Historically, we didn't have many of those. Last year we had quite a few. This year they've turned up again. Really excited. I want to have a proper session on those. So if the weather goes and I get some time, I might pop down in a lot more daylight next week and have a go at the mullet. That's the plan anyway. What happens, I don't know. Until then, ciao for now.